It is not because things are hard. That's why we don't take steps. It is because we don't take steps. That's why things are hard. God remains where you remain. God moves when you move. If everything you know is in your head, it remains there. The one you apply is the one that works. This is the difference between getting results. The same church, the same country. The difference is who takes steps. I repeat, it is not because things are hard that you can't take. It is because you refuse to take steps. That's why things are hard. 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk, not we talk. We walk. For what? Sit down and walk so that we can see. Sit down and be walking. Walking has to do with taking steps. For we walk by faith and not by sight. We walk by faith and not by sight. David didn't wish he killed Goliath. David took steps to kill Goliath. Let me tell you what he did. In 1 Samuel chapter 17, show you quickly. I am showing you, it is not what you know that just helps you. It is what you do with what you know. It is not just what you know that lifts you. It is what you do with what you know. I know it doesn't guarantee passing exams. In fact, some people that fail exam, they know it. I'm telling you, they know it. In fact, last day of my children's exam, I picked them from school and we're coming back. And then they were telling me that they were the first to finish. That I was the first to finish in the class. You know, I did well. And I say, how do you know you did well? Say, because I was the first to finish. You can finish first and carry last. It's not just what you know that helps. It is what you apply. You have to apply. That's why for a child of God, you can know so much. If little is applied, little is achieved. You need to think of application. Think more of application than knowledge. Many years ago, I told God, I said, anything I can't do, don't show me. Anything I can't do, don't tell me, because it's useless. Result is not a product of just knowledge. Result is a product of action. In 1 Samuel chapter 17, look at what David did to Goliath. Verse 48, 1 Samuel chapter 17, and in verse 48, and it came to pass when the Philistine arose and came and drew near to meet David, that David hasted and stood toward the army to meet the Philistine. What did he do? He ran towards the Philistine. He didn't stand towards the Philistine. Your battles remain if you keep standing. If you keep standing. If you keep standing. David ran towards the army to meet the Philistine. Verse 49. He ran towards the army. In verse 49, David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead and he fell upon his face to the earth. You want to believe that stone should push you back? This one, he fell down. There was something Goliath was bound to. There was something David carried, he was bound to. That thing happened when he ran towards the Philistine. This man fell forward. That means Kabesiu, Ogidi Gidi. There was something David carried that devil was bound to. Verse 50. Look at how he killed him finally. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him. But there was no sword in the hand of David. Verse 51. The Bible says that therefore David did what again? What did he do again? He ran and stood upon the Philistine. He ran. He was not walking. You don't achieve anything by standing. No, you know, they announced to the prayer group here that we are going to pray for 10 hours in the night. We started from 7 p.m. and finished by 5 a.m. I knew that when I announced it, people's hearts were beating. I knew it. I saw their faces. Pastor have come again. What kind of thing is this? But you don't learn to pray like that by wishing one day I will pray like that. One day I will pray like that. One day I will pray like that. If God give me the grace. You know, so some of you are saying, if God give me the strength. If God give me the grace. How do you know God has given you the strength? How will you know? By attempting it. And when we attempted it, it was easy. Very easy. As difficult as you think. David ran to meet the Philistine.